Hello, it's me with a, I guess, eyebrow tutorial. As you can see, my brows are natural right now. This is my natural brow, what it naturally looks like. And I usually, I try to every 2 weeks, just get them cleaned up. I don't get them arched. I just ask my person that does my brows, does the cleaning up, to just clean them up. So they usually go on top and bottom, and just whoever you use as your person to wax your brows to clean them up. It typically lasts for like 2 weeks, just depending on how your hair grows back. But mine lasts about 2 weeks, and then every now and then I may take a small razor and just kind of like hit these corners right here where those little hairs start back to grow in. I might do that if I just don't feel like going back. Like if this part is still looking good and it's just like some little strays right here, I take a little razor and just kind of like clean up right there. I don't have a razor right now on hand. I'm going to show you what I use to do my brows. I hope y'all are having a good day. I just got in from physical therapy. They worked me, so I don't look like I would normally look. This is my bare face. I tried to redo my hair. It's drying, so I just take my hand through my hair after that. So okay, it's gonna be a real quick video. I'll do another one later on, but this one is real quick. I was just trying to wait till I was gonna do my brows, and I record just to see how it goes. Okay, so for your brows, typically, if you can see this is the type of brush that I use, an angled brush, and it has this spoolie thing on the end for brushing. So this is how I start off with my brows, and I brush them in the upward motion. And your brows is, sets, it's really a guide to how you draw your brow on. So however they shape your brow for you, that's how I draw mine on. So this type of brush, I've had this brush for a long time. I probably spent about $12 or $15 on it, but I've had it for a long time. It hasn't given up on me. If you want information about the brush, you don't want to put that much money in a brush. Any brush will do, as long as it has this angle. Some people use a straight brush. I prefer the angle, and you're going to kind of see why I prefer the angle. That's just what works for me, but I can do it with a straight brush. Any concealer palette, like if you already have a concealer palette, here again, I've had this one for years. You see my color is gone. I've had it for years. It's just a MAC color correcting palette. Color correcting palette by MAC. I use this shade is more my color, so I use it up top to give it a natural look. But I typically mix this color, this lighter color, with my natural color. And the pan has become my mixing tray. But I mix those two colors to kind of give me that highlight up on the hair that you're going to see that we do when we get ready to apply the concealer to the brow. So this is by MAC. I think this runs about $42, but you can use any concealer. e.l.f. has one. Any brand of makeup pretty much have one. That's a little less expensive. This was just back in my MAC days when I was buying MAC and using MAC, and I still have it. It a little goes a long way. It lasts a long time, and this is a color correcting palette for people that typically put makeup on. Like this red color would probably be for my upper and lower lid, for my discoloration around my eyes. So that's what these other colors represent, but I like to use it for my concealer because it closes like this and go easy into my makeup bag. So we got the pencil concealer. Now you can use any old makeup liner brush. I like Juvia's Place. They it's about $6 or $7, $8. It goes on easy. It's retractable, you know, so when you get ready to close it, open, close, it goes back in. I usually use cola, that lighter brown color, but I'm out of cola. So I'm using espresso today on my brow. So, yeah, any eyeliner pencil will do, you know. I typically use something that's a little softer so I can draw on easily. So that's it. So I've shown you everything that I use, and now we're just going to go through the process. So I'm going to start here, and I need my mirror. So you're going to see me go back and forth. So I may adjust this. So, oh, shoot. Sorry. Sorry, fish. Sorry, fish. I hope that didn't wake you up. Sorry. I got a fish, y'all. I got a male beta. I got a beta fish, pretty blue fish. I'm just trying to adjust so you can kind of see me draw on. So I typically, and you're just going to watch me because I got to look in the mirror. So this is what I do. My pencil. And I just kind of start at the beginning. I'm just going to let you watch me do this. I'm not going to talk. I'm just tracing along my brow. That's what I just did. My natural plain brow. That's what it looks like. And I just trace. I kind of start like a little bit before the beginning of my brow. When it starts at the inner of my nose, the beginning of my nose, the inner part of my eye, inner part of my nose. And that's what I do. And like I said, I'm going to talk less and you look more. Okay, now I'm going to the top part of my brow. I'm kind of filling that in. Do you see that? Okay, now I'm going to start with the top part of my brow. At the beginning part. And I'm just going to follow how my brow is shaped. And I'm just filling in. Lightly filling in. That's what it looks like. That's what mine looks like. Now, right here, I kind of left that space open because I'm going to use this brush to kind of blend it so it won't be so harsh in the center. And I may come back in with a little stroke, few strokes, just to get it the way I want it to look. So that's how that looks. So I'm going to do this other brow the same way. And typically, your brows on some days are better than others. That's my saying. Some days are better than others. And I have a friend, Miss Hogan. She'll probably say they're sisters or cousins, not twins. So as you are going through this process of drawing your brows on, embarking this journey, just know that. Don't be so hard on yourself. I typically like to draw mine on in the car or somewhere I can just get close to a mirror. Standing or sitting down. Right now I'm standing because it's convenient for me to record. So I'm just going to draw this other brow on. And I'm just following the shape of the brow, starting at the bottom part. And I'm trying to get it to where you can see me. So I can see myself in the mirror as well. You see, and that's what I do. Just follow the shape of the brow at the bottom. I'm doing the same thing that I did on the other side. Now I'm going to come to the top of the brow. And I'm going to lightly just pencil it in, trace it on. Okay. They may not look even, but we're gonna fix that. We're going to fix that. So that's typically how it looks. So I'm just going to come over here and just make sure that I give this one a little bit more arch at the top. So you can kind of eye it. So this is what I look like with the, you know, the beginning process drawing them on. So now I'm just going to blend. I'm going to come right here and use this spoolie in. And I'm just going lightly back and forth. Lightly back and forth. And then I go like this up and down. Until I get it looking how I want it to look. And I do go a little bit past the actual brow. You see what I'm doing? So I brush up past the drawing marks where I drew the brow on. I hope that looks okay. I'm going to do the same over here. Up and down, back and forth. I hope I'm doing this right, and I hope y'all having a lovely day. I got to clean my ceiling fan blade, y'all. If you see that. Oh, I got to clean it. I just noticed it again. I usually put a pillowcase over it, spray some little pledge over it, and then wipe it off like that, and just discard the pillowcase. I didn't get a chance to do this before the video. Okay, so we see that, right? Yep. All right, now I'm going to use my palette. So I'm going to take the angle part of the brush, and this color right here is usually what I use that's close to my skin tone. I mix a little bit of it. I still got a little corner. So I mix a little bit of it with the lighter color to kind of create that highlight. You see, I'm just mixing back and forth. I hope you can see that. Mixing back and forth. And then I'm going to come right here. And I'm going up under, right up under where I drew on my brow. And I'm following the shape of my brow. And you can use this to create your arch. You can also use this on days where you may need to just have a clean brow. Because you don't necessarily have to use a concealer. So if you want like a cleaner look, you can use this for that. Also, if you like have some strays that you didn't get a chance to use your razor to razor off, this concealer comes in handy because it covers all that up. So that's what I'm doing here. And so I didn't start all the way at the beginning of the brow. I started right there. And now I'm going to go to the beginning of the brow. And then you can turn this brush. That's what I like about it, because you can turn it flat also. And then okay, so that's what we have. And then I turn it back flat to get that precise line. So I use the flat edge for blending that in to my skin when I turn it flat to blend. And I use the angle to draw. Okay? All right. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to blend it a little bit more. Come past the actual line that I drew my brow. Blend it a little bit more. You see that? Okay. So, same thing again. Just using those two colors that I mixed to create my highlight or to cover up. I hope this is a good video, y'all. I hope this is helping. Oh, that's Boss Baby in the background. If you see Boss Baby, and y'all know I do make earrings, I make jewelry. That picture is from my cousin's birthday years ago, when I had to do a sample drawing for her. Her birthday party was themed Boss Baby. We did the girl version because she got a little girl. So that's what you see back there. It's one of my pictures I drew. And I hope this video is good. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I got to look in the mirror, y'all. Okay. Remember, this concealer is either covering up or it's cleaning up your bottom line that you drew on. The bottom portion of the brow that you drew on. And you can use it to create your arch. Okay. And I'm using the angle part of the brush. And you make sure you get it even with the other brow. I'm coming out further. And then I use the flat part. I turn it flat to blend into my skin. Now you can come back over that with your foundation powder if you want to. If it's too light up under your eye, you get what I'm saying? When you get ready to put your eyeshadow on, you can come back with your natural color, your tone, your shade of makeup, pressed powder makeup or liquid makeup, and you can use a brush like this to kind of like just gently tap and blend as well. I like to use this brush. It's the perfect size to come up under that brow, to hit the bone, to get everything blended. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay. Also, you see what we got going on in the middle here. That's why I like this brush too, because it's got my natural makeup, you know, my natural color makeup. And I just go right here in the center of my forehead, right there. And I just softly blend that. Softly blend it. Softly blend. Just in the center to get rid of that little line, that V I created. I just blend. Just blend. Just gentle taps. Like I said, you can, whether you just use a regular brush with no makeup on it, or your natural color, your skin tone makeup. Whether that's powder, pressed powder, or your liquid. And you just tap till you blend. Till you get everything blended. Okay, now I'm going to come up top. And on top of the brow, if I need to, you know, just brush a little more. If I want it to look a little softer, I use like strokes like that, light, brisk strokes. And I go in an upward motion. And you can make this your own. You don't have to necessarily do it how I do it, but you make it your own as well. You know, you're going to learn along the way. I'm going to do it this way because this is what works for you, right? Just like when I learned from someone else, this is what works for me. So we all have our way of doing it, but the end product, what you're getting off, what you're getting in the end, that's the goal. Okay, so I'm just brushing up, right? I'm just brushing up. And now I'm using my natural color. The concealer that matches me, my natural color. Now I'm taking it, blending it right there in the pan because I done used it all and I need another pan. So I'm using it. And I'm just, that's how you get that clean look on top. That's how most people get that clean look on top. So I'm using the angle part of the brush. And I'm going to start right here. And depending on how soft or how sharp you want that angle at the top, that's what you're using this for as your guide. And I hope you can see. Sometimes I like my little tips a little thin. Sometimes I like a thick brow. So you can kind of, you know what you want, and you practice and you work with it. So now I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to flip it this way right here. And that's where I'm going to do the tip part of this brow at. That helps me, you know. Everybody's different. A round brush may work for you, you know, but I like the angled brush. For some reason, my hands, just what my hand work with right now. Usually, I would take this whole, it's like I get shaky. So that's why I do it in parts now, you know, as far as the cleaning up the top part of my brow. I start right there with the angled part like this, and then I flip it like that. Then I flip it like this to do the beginning part of the brow. I don't know, my hand just gets shaky, you know. I have to break it down in parts like that now. And you know what the makeup brush is going to be used for. This one. To finish blending and cleaning up. So now I'm just using the flat part of that brush to clean up. I hope this is a good video, y'all. It is 19 minutes long. I can't believe this. It's 20 minutes long. I'm going to have to send this Facebook Messenger. Now, I'll break it down later on, but okay. So that's that. And now I'm going to do the other brow. It's because I did all that talking too, just to make sure that you all understood. So I done loaded my brush up again. Okay. You see, I didn't start all the way at the beginning of the brow. I'm starting midway. That's just me. And you can use the brush to control how thick the brow is, how thin the brow is, how much you shave, not shave off, but conceal off, and how much you clean up. Okay, so this one is a little rounder, so I got to make this look a little rounder. My other one to match the other one as close as possible. They're not twins, they're cousins, and some days are better than others. Okay, relax, Yolanda. Okay, this part about as best it's gonna get right now, given the time that I have, and I hope you saw that. I hope I was in the camera for that. Okay, now I'm gonna start with the beginning. And I'll turn the brush like that. Get at the beginning of my brow and I'm blending now. Now I'm blending. Now I'm blending. Come across and blend that together. Just blending. And then I'm going to use this brush to, of course, it's going to have my natural color makeup on it. So that's going to buff all of that lighter color out. So on top, up here at the top, is going to be your natural color makeup or your natural color concealer that matches your skin tone, right? That matches your skin tone. Identical match to your skin tone. And then on the bottom, you're going to mix just a little bit of a lighter concealer with your natural color concealer that matches your skin tone to give it that highlight look. So up top is your natural makeup look. On the bottom is the highlighted look. In the highlighted look, you combine your natural makeup color concealer with a lighter color concealer to give it a lighter color to create that highlight, to create that clean, sharp, concealed look. And you blend. And then on top is your natural concealer color that matches your skin tone. So it looks natural on top. Okay. If you need to brush a little bit more, you can. It just depends on how my day goes and how I'm drawing my brows on. Just to be honest, that's how it goes. So I'm using this brush again to kind of clean up and soften those harsh lines. You know, because if you're not a makeup girl, you know, if you don't wear makeup every day, and then I go again in the middle, I'm hitting the middle to get rid of that unibrow. And this is a point where your liquid foundation or your powder foundation will come in handy with, you know, cleaning this area up. And that's what I do. I start on a fresh face with my brows. And this is how my typical day goes if I don't wear any makeup at all. Now, doing makeup is a whole nother video. If you're interested in that, let me know, especially when it comes to these circles and right here and making your eyes appear a little bit younger and youthful. Just let me know. I hope this helped. Let me know how y'all like this video. It is 26 minutes long almost. Now I apologize. I did a lot of talking, but I just wanted to make sure that you understood exactly what I was doing. And I hope my brows look okay. They look good. I think I did pretty good for a first time recording a video and doing it all together. Okay, I'll see y'all later. Love you. Bye-bye.